kids! Welcome back to Fort Carson Kids Time. I'm Chaplain Jonathan Court, and this is my wife, Alyssa. Last week we talked about the first part of the story of Naaman and how he was obedient and was healed. If you don't remember that story, go back and look at the last one we did as a reminder before we get into this one. This one, we're going to be talking about the second part of that story. I'm really excited to hear Alyssa tell that story. But before we do, we're going to sing the song, Keep Your Tongue from Evil.
Keep your tongue from evil, keep your tongue. Keep your tongue from evil, keep your tongue. And your lips from speaking lies. Keep your tongue from evil, keep your tongue. Now hold your tongue for this, we're going to do it again. And your tongue from evil, keep your tongue. Keep your tongue from evil, keep your tongue. And your lips from speaking lies. Keep your tongue from evil, keep your tongue. Let's do it again. One more time.
All right, here we go.
Keep your tongue from evil, keep your tongue. Keep your tongue from evil, keep your tongue. And your lips from speaking lies. Keep your tongue from evil, keep your tongue.
Great job, kids.
That song is really fun because you get to hold your tongue and your lips during it, but it's a good reminder of what our tongue and our lips can do in the wrong way. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So we had Naaman from last week, and like Jonathan said, he had Naaman had obeyed what God had said, what Elijah had said, and he was healed. Well, this is going to be the rest of the story, and this is my favorite part because this is some of the story that a lot of people don't hear about, but it's really, really cool. So what happens is Naaman gets so excited about what God did for him that he wanted to go back to Elijah. So he takes a chariot, he goes back to Elijah, and he says, I want to give you a reward for this. And Elisha says, oh, no, I don't want a reward for this. No, not at all. This was what God wanted me to do. So please don't give me a reward. And Naaman says, are you sure? And he says, yes, I am sure. You go on your way and you are healed. So Naaman goes on his way. And as he's going on his way, back at the house, Gahazi is not happy. He wanted to have that reward. And he thought that maybe his master Elisha would be able to give him some of that reward. So he was not happy about that. And he said, if Elisha is not going to get the reward, then I am going to go get it myself. He said that in his head. So he leaves, he runs as fast as he can to go catch up to Naaman. And he's huffing and puffing so much, and Naaman turns around and is like, what in the world is going on? What is wrong? And Gahazi says, oh, my master Elisha said, I need some clothes and some money. Can you spare 2 pieces of clothes and some money? Because I have some visitors coming in and I really need it. And Naaman says, oh yeah, of course, we'll give you some. Now, we know that wasn't true, right? Elisha never said that. Gahazi was lying. He was not keeping his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking lies, was he? And so Naaman gave Gahazi all this stuff and said, you know what? You can have all that stuff plus a little bit extra to bring back to your master. So Gahazi goes back from Naaman. And as he's going back, he can't bring all this stuff to the house, right? Because Elisha's certainly going to know what's going on. So guess what he does? Gahazi hides all the spoil, all the rewards in the ground to go back later to get. So he gets back to the house. He's a little kind of worn out a little bit, but he's trying to pretend and lie that he didn't really do anything. And so Elijah comes over and says, Gahazi, where have you been? And Gahazi said, nowhere. I wasn't anywhere. And Elijah says, I know where you were, because God had told him, because remember, he was a prophet, and so God spoke to him. And Elisha says, I know exactly where you were. You went and you lied to Naaman, and now you've lied to me. And as a punishment for that, God has told me that you are going to get the same skin disease that Naaman had just been healed from. And instantly, that's what happened. I just think that's a really interesting story, because you have obedience with Naaman, and he didn't want to obey, and he obeyed. And then you have Gehazi, who did not do what was right with lying, and he was punished. Now, the point is not that if you lie, you're going to get the skin disease. That's not the point of the story. But the point is that God sees what you're doing, no matter what you're doing. Just like our verse says, Proverbs 15:3, it says, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. And that's why we're going to memorize that verse in a few minutes, because it's so important to remember that God is watching you. When you're doing something bad, even though, like Gahazi, he thought nobody knew what was going on. And nobody did except for God. And God knew what he was doing. And also, I like that verse too, because it says the evil and the good. So God sees things that you do that is good, even though nobody else sees it. And you might think, what's the use of doing something good when no one sees it? But know that God is doing that, and he will reward you. So let's go ahead and do the verse.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Alyssa. So our verse for today is from Proverbs 15:3. And it says, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. Let's say that a few times together. Ready?
Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good.
All right, let's say it again.
Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good.
One more time. Proverbs 15:3.
The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good.
Very good job. So I have a few questions for you. The first one's all from the story that Alyssa just told us. It says, what did Elijah say to Naaman when Naaman offered him some gifts? Yeah, Elijah said, nope, no thank you. I don't need your rewards. Why did Gehazi go running after Naaman then? Yeah, because Gehazi wanted that reward. He wanted to keep it for himself. What was Gehazi's first lie? What was Gehazi's first lie? Yeah, that Elijah wanted the reward, the money and the clothes for some visitors. What did Gehazi do with the reward, with the gifts? Yeah, he buried them, that's right. What was Gehazi's second lie? Second lie. What was Gehazi's second lie? Yeah, he didn't go anywhere. That's right. He said, I was just right here. What happened to Gehazi after he lied? He got the leprosy. He got the skin disease that Naaman had. So, for our activity for today, you will need a blank piece of paper, something to write with, crayons, pencil, pen, something like that, and something to build kind of like a tower with. So it can be Legos or blocks, whatever it is. First thing you're going to do, you're going to draw a circle for a face, a big face, draw some eyes, draw a mouth kind of like a circle. You can even give it some hair if you want. Kind of a surprised face, not really a happy face. All right.
And do not put a nose on it because we are going to do a nose ourselves. Now, I don't know how many of you know the story of Pinocchio, but Pinocchio, in the story, every time that he had lied, his nose would grow. Now, we know that our nose won't grow when we lie, but we're going to do something funny to see how obvious it is with God when we lie. He knows even when no one else does. So what you're going to do is I'm going to read a little sentence, and then if it's a lie, then you're going to put a block on your face to pretend to be a nose. Okay, so here's the first one. Let's pretend you didn't do your homework, and Dad asks if your homework is done. And you say, yep, it's all done. Can I go play? Is that a lie? Yes, it is.
Yep.
You put your block on.
All right, put a block on.
Number 2, your mom tells you to wash your hair, and you do it. Mom says, did you wash your hair? And you say yes. Is that a lie? Nope. That's not a lie at all. So you keep that one block on. Next one. When your sister told you not to borrow her things and you borrow them anyway. Your sister says, did you borrow my brush? And you say, yes, I'm really sorry. Was that a lie? Nope. Keep the one block on. Okay, couple more. When your friend asks you to be careful with their toy and you break it, and your friend said, how did my toy break? Did you do it? And you say, I have no idea what happened. It broke by itself. Is that a lie?
That's a lie.
That's a lie. So you add on the next one. Oh, the nose is getting bigger. To God, anyway.
God knows.
When you're, last one. You ate some candy without permission. And your dad says, did you eat any candy today? And you say, nope. Is that a lie?
That's a lie.
That's a lie. Get another one. And you can kind of play this game on and on. It's kind of fun. And look, everyone can see that you lied, right? And that is to pretend like God sees. No matter what, yeah. God sees what you do, for good or for evil.
We're so glad, kids, you were able to join us this week for Fort Carson Kids Time. We hope you'll join us next week.
Bye.
Bye.